So you think that, because sometimes, people when they admire the singers, the actors, sometimes they want to imitate them in every move and every thing they do. So through imitation, it can, lead to breaking Islam.
As I said before, coming to Islam is one thing. Within Islam is a completely different journey. And a person coming to Islam from watching a singer on stage doing something unlawful, what kind of Islam do you think they're going to come in with? Yes, this is a religion from Allah and He gives it to whomever He wills. And yes, celebrities do play a role. But we should not leave the major responsibility of this in their hands, as they're normal people and they're susceptible to major character flaws and sometimes even being subjected to media manipulation makes them more vulnerable and the image of Islam more vulnerable. So yes, there is a good side to it if those entertainers become Islamically educated, and yet there's a dangerous side to it.
Cool. Anyway, we are going to continue our conversation with our guest for tonight, but let's take the second report, and we'll be back, so stay tuned.
There rides a peace train, oh peace train, take this country, come take us home again. Oh, I've been smiling.
The U.S. has always been described as a melting pot society, a microcosm of world cultures and religions. Muslim Americans are quickly becoming a prominent and important part of this ever-changing diverse mosaic. Although much media attention on this population has zeroed in on post-9/11 attitudes and relations, the history of Islam in America dates back generations. Dr. William Wendely is the Secretary General of the 40-year-old Religions for Peace Global Organization and has been working with Muslim American leaders for decades.
Very sincere, good Muslims have been in America from really its earliest days. It's really with the period of ending of the Cold War where the population demography, the shape of our population began to shift so significantly that people began to recognize that Islamic leadership was part of this country at the community level, at the level of industry, at the level of the university, in medicine, in all sorts of ordinary ways of American life.
American Muslims come from various backgrounds, and according to a 2009 Gallup poll, are one of the most racially diverse religious groups in the country.
There really are two streams of Muslims in America. The first are African American Muslims. These are people that converted to Islam. The second stream are Muslims from everywhere else around the world. Every country of Islamic majority has sent people to America, and they're now Americans. Brilliantly, these Muslims in America are both being faithful to their Islamic heritage and also are living as Americans.
And the population continues to grow. While the first mosque was established in the U.S. in 1915, research shows that 87% of the over 1,200 mosques today were founded within the last 3 decades. This most recent surge, coupled with growing fears in the U.S. regarding terrorism and tense relations with the Middle East, has thrust Muslim Americans into the spotlight, many times in unflattering ways. But Dr. Wendely sees negative sentiments and actions as short-term obstacles to long-term acceptance of Muslims here in the U.S.
When I was a boy, John Kennedy was elected president, and suddenly Catholics got to go into the mainstream. Jews have had to find their way into the mainstream of America. Now Muslims are a growing population, and they too are going into the mainstream.
And as the holy month of Ramadan is observed by followers worldwide, American Muslims are quick to remind the rest of the world that no matter where they live, they will do whatever they can to adapt and hold on to their religious faith and traditions here in the U.S.
Family always sits on the table, more on Ramadan. We go to my cousin's house, you know, we eat there. We love inviting people to our houses, because that's the time of the month where you would like to share and basically feel with one another about what Ramadan truly is.
The normal work day goes regular way, it's not like overseas when they cut the day work or anything like this. It's different. Here everything's still the same, and after breaking breakfast, really nice, we come to the mosque, we're having a good time, and we usually watch the Salah from overseas also.
Similar to like back home, we visit each other in this month, you know what I mean? So, and you know, we have families coming over, and we have a lot of, you know, because we have the special suites here for Arabic communities, for Muslim communities, we have a lot of people coming, like after breaking fasting, they come eat sweet here and stuff like that, you know. Special month for us.
For the Islam Changed My Life program, I'm Shruti Mathur, reporting from New York City.
There rides a peace train, oh peace train, take this country, come take us home again. Oh, I've been smiling lately.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're still watching Islam Changed My Life on KSA2, and we have with us Hassan Abu Ania. He's from USA. Mr. Hassan, unfortunately we have 3 minutes to end the program. How long have you been in Saudi Arabia? Let me ask you a question about Saudi Arabia, the difference between Saudi Arabia and USA and New York especially.
First of all, I've been in Saudi for 5 months now. I've just been staying in Riyadh. But I was in Saudi Arabia in 1998 just for a few days, and then I left quickly. As for the differences between Saudi and the U.S., there are huge differences. Not just in the food, but this is a God-conscious land. It's a society that moves around the prayer. It's amazing for me to see shops closing, people getting ready to pray, the masjids having more than one line for the Fajr prayer. And in comparison to New York, there are some big differences as well. Even though it's a major city, you still see that there's a strong sense of God-conscious fear among a lot of people. Some people, they're looking for a chance to do good, day and night. And this is something that you don't always see in the U.S., although it's there, but this is different. They're not looking for any other thing than the face of their Lord.
Well, Mr. Hassan Abu Ania, thank you so much for visiting us.
Thank you for having me.
It's really a pleasure having you. And thank you so much for being with us, ladies and gentlemen. Until we meet you next time, this is Muhammad Said, wishing you a great time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.